CM Punk considers himself the uncrowned world champion, but we consider him a jobber. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And CM Punk, in the space of a month, has lost more times on Collision than he did in his entire first run with the company. What the hell has happened? It's 2 defeats in a row for CM Punk back to back.
He's having a few L's at the moment, and what is this all about?
Is this wrestling or UFC?
I think make it real, damn it. Tony Khan wants to bring the WLs out at the bottom of the name tag, and CM Punk, it just doesn't look good. It's almost like they want to just bury Punk, and he's just there to accept it and take it.
What's he going to do? Go to fucking UFC and try and get some W's there?
Well, no, he's going to stay here. He's going to stay on Collision, damn it. We can't win fake fights, he's not going to win the real ones, is he?
No, he's no. Anyway,
I have proof of that. He's 0-2. 0-2. But there's a huge tag team match to kick off the show, brother, isn't there?
No, there's no. There's a promo from Ricky Starks. Comes out. We've got Tony Schiavone asking him the hard-hitting questions, aka, are you okay with cheating last week to win? Ricky Starks says he didn't cheat. Ricky Starks says, I did what everybody else would do. Which is, I guess, is fair enough. He says he doesn't regret it. He says that he's a winner. And the fans are chanting, you deserve it. Ricky Starks says, you're damn right for the first time. I agree with what these people are saying. Starks then talks about fans are telling him he should be a pillar. He says he doesn't want to be a pillar because how many Owens have these pillars won? And the answer to that question is 0.
But how many world titles have you won?
0.
Ricky?
How many UFC fights have CM Punk won? 0. There's lots of zeros going around here in AEW. CM Punk comes out. He says he's not mad at Ricky Starks. He says he's mad at himself, not Ricky. Punk himself says he's cheated. He says that the New Jersey Devils, maybe if they'd have cheated, maybe if they'd have done what Starks would have done, they wouldn't go out in the first round. So, I mean, Punk making a joke here about the hockey team, which we don't really get, but whatever. I'm assuming they're in New Jersey, and this team's shite.
They are in New Jersey, and it's just a wrestling American gimmick.
I mean, what do you know? You thought a tag team match started the show.
What did you?
So then Punk says he's the real world champion, and he asks Ricky if he wants a shot. So is Ricky getting a shot against CM Punk? Ricky then tells Punk that what you carry around in that red bag of yours is the same what I've got in my Gucci bag. Nothing. So Ricky Starks doesn't really believe that Punk's the real world champion. Enters Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. Christian says that he's here to represent TNT. He's got a obligated duty to be here as he is the champion, and he says that this has taken up way too much time, and it's taken up more time than what the Jersey people have. He called New Jersey dirty.
Stinky Jersey.
Christian wants to know what kind of man carries around a championship they haven't won. Yeah, great for Christian here, considering that's exactly what he's doing. The crowd are chanting you, but I mean Christian doesn't really acknowledge them. Christian then says that he and Luchasaurus are the faces of TNT. Enter Darby Allin. Darby Allin grabs the mic. Darby Allin says that Luchasaurus looks like the guy who took too many psychedelics and thinks he's a dinosaur. That was fucking shit.
No, you know what's even worse? He's wearing stilts. He's wearing literal stilts.
Yeah, you look at his shoes, his big massive platforms in them, it's like just big retarded fucking golf boots.
And he's still the smallest guy out there.
And you could argue he's wearing these because it fits his character. I think he's wearing these to look taller.
Yeah, I think he's wearing... Yeah, because this is adding about 4 inches, I'd say.
Oh, I don't know if it's adding 4, but it's adding a couple, definitely. Darby then offers up a tag team match. He says it's going to be him and Punk versus Stacks and Luchasaurus, or Stacks and Christian, whoever's going to play. Then Schiavone says that he's hearing in his ear that Tony Khan has made it official. Fucking nonsense. I'm not believing that for a second. Tony Khan didn't say shit. And if Tony Khan wants to be this on-screen personality, this on-screen fucking owner or authority figure, why not actually be it? I don't believe for a second that he was telling Schiavone to make it official. I'm not buying it.
And Schiavone actually botched.
But you know what? maybe Tony Khan's that shit that this is probably the best thing he can do. Just pretend he's making the matches, because him coming out on screen, what's he going to do? Tonight on Dynamite, 2-2. Tonight, try and order a tag match. 2-2.
I'm not Shane.
I'm not Shane. I'm not Vince. I'm Tony Khan. I'm not even Nick Khan. I'm Tony. Tonight, 2-on-2 Dynamite. I mean, it's not even Dynamite, it's Collision, but you get my point, right? Fucking Tony Khan sucks, so the best thing he did was probably just stay backstage and tell Giovanni through the earpiece, I make this match official.
It is a decent main event, though. The segment wasn't horrendous. I thought it was alright.
It wasn't horrendous? I thought it was alright.
As I just said, it was horrendous. No, it was alright.
Why would you say what? It just makes no logical sense for something that you think...
Because all I do is bury AEW.
No, but for something that you think's alright, it makes no logical sense for the first thing to say about it. I didn't think it was horrendous.
It does, because everything I say about AEW is horrendous.
I'm going to disagree.
When was the last opening in AEW I went, that's alright? It's always this is shite, get it off my TV.
Well, I thought this was alright. I thought it was a decent opener.
It went downhill when Darby Allin came in.
It did go downhill when Did Tony Khan not pick it back up? No.
Collision's sitting at like a 5 out of 10 right now after the opening segment.
And it's going down. Can it get better than this? Probably not. I'll tell you what, definitely not. Up next, we have Action Andretti and Darius Martin. Oh,
Darius.
Taking on the Bullet Club Gold, who were accompanied by the Gunn Club. Bullet Club Gold win, in case there was any doubt. Action Andretti is apparently a big star. Chris Jericho made.
Yeah, and he says there's no action. I mean, look at Jay White.
I've seen bigger stars in the sky, and they're like a million miles away. So I don't think Action Andretti is going anywhere.
That was pretty pish, mate. But you know what? I'll give it to you.
I thought it was all right.
A million miles away. A message to the
man. I thought it was a better burn than Darby Allin's, like, but whatever. All right, I'll let Darby keep cutting the promos, and I'll just say nothing. Yeah, Bullet Club Gold won. I mean, who fucking cares? Action Andretti's going nowhere. Doesn't matter how many times he beats Chris Jericho.
No, it doesn't.
It's just, this is not the same guy that beat Rock and Austin in the same night.
No, it's a fat, flabby form.
This is a fucking jobber with a midlife crisis. We then see the next match is Miro versus Nick Comoroto. Who the fuck is Nick Comoroto? Miro wins in about 2 minutes. Maybe even less than that, I don't know. I just don't see what they're doing with Miro. I mean, they can claim that, Miro's getting booked. He's beating a bunch of bums. And I mean, while I totally agree that if you want to build someone up, that's the way to do it. But this is a guy that came in and was playing video games in his first night in the company.
Let's go back to Jericho, right? See, if you look at Jericho and Sting, AEW has killed their careers. People can say, but WWE jobbed Sting out. Sting got jobbed out in a Mania match against Triple H, right? And he lost against Seth Rollins for a world title. That's not mid-card mediocrity teaming up with Darby Allin, is it?
No, I mean, but some people would think that him winning a fucking pointless tag team match with Darby Allin means more than him being in a big WrestleMania match against Triple H, even though he lost.
Yeah, they would. And you look at Jericho.
It's like Cody Rhodes. People are thinking, look, I like Cody Rhodes. I bet he regrets going to die.
Jericho wasn't exactly, the top guy in WWE, but he was with Owens, and they were like the best thing on Raw for like a good year.
Yo, he felt like a main event. He felt credible. You felt like you could put Jericho in any sort of match and he'd belong in it.
Yeah.
So, whatever. AEW World Trios Championship up next. House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. House of Black win. Daddy Ass takes the pinfall after the match. Didn't last long, and it looks like Daddy Ass's career's not going to last much longer, because after the match he took off the boots.
I'm an ass man.
He left them in the ring and he walked to the back. He seemed to just ignore the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed were trying to speak to him, but Daddy Ass wasn't really interested, and he looked upset at himself for losing the match. And I mean, that was pretty much it. Daddy Ass, if he is going to retire here, then so be it. He's had a pretty good career. But, I mean, if he is set on retiring, if he wants to hang up the boots, can he not just go out with a decent run? Give him a solo run, give him a match at All In, give him something. I'm not saying he has to be in the world title feud, but I mean, why not put him in a TNT title match or something, even if he comes up short?
Well, yeah,
title versus career.
First, yeah, exactly. That's what you need.
Because, I mean, I just think when wrestlers are going to retire, they should go out on a high. I don't even necessarily mean they have to win their last match, but at least go out in a meaningful feud. I kind of don't like it when wrestlers just randomly, like, you know, disappear into the background.
And Billy Gunn is a legend of the business, man.
Yeah, I think he deserves one wee final run.
No one can say that going into that pay-per-view, that a match with Billy Gunn's career on the line is not worth watching. Don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Definitely.
He's not Ric Flair or Michaels, but in 2023, Billy Gunn having a career-ending match is as good as it's going to get.
Billy Gunn versus Christian for the TNT title.
Title first, yeah.
Or the TBS title, whatever they call it these days. Anyway, that's it. Looks like Daddy Ass is retiring.
End of an era.
Then we got, I think Malachi Black also said something to Daddy Ass. I don't know if he said, you suck, you haven't got it anymore. Maybe Malachi Black's the one that put it in his head that you need to retire.
He put it in his ass.
Tony Schiavone came out with FTR. They cut a promo. It was probably one of FTR's better promos, to be honest. Considering I don't really like them.
Yeah, I don't really like them. There was a point where they were booing him, and he's like, yeah, I was booing it too. Fucking look at these two, man. I just want to battle them both.
I know, but I normally despise them, whereas I didn't think it was that bad, so I'll give them a bit of credit. They basically talked about Cole and MJF, and that they would be bad for the tag team titles and shit like this, and they're going to beat them next week. And that the guy with hair says that MJF's doing what the devil always does, try to make you believe he's not real. And we're going to see the true side there. We brought up the Pinnacle. I can't even remember what the Pinnacle was.
MJF's crew.
Oh, who's in it?
I don't know.
I know that chairman guy was in it, wasn't he?
I've no idea.
Sean Space.
What? No, what's the other guy? Wardlow was in it.
Was that Sean Stack's guy in it? Sean Spears?
He was in it, I think.
I can't remember who. Anyway, he brought up the Pinnacle. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. But he brought up the Pinnacle.
No, I've seen WWE though. If you brought up former factions, you know who they are.
Like, see you bring up Evolution, I don't need to rack my brain and think, oh, who was in that again? Even jobber factions, like, I can name them all. I could probably name Nexus in under 30 seconds.
Go for it.
Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, David Otunga, Justin Gabriel, Skip Sheffield,
Michael
Tarver. That's 6, isn't it?
Aye. Daniel Bryan, and fuck, who was the other guy? Darren Young. There you go.
So there you go.
Only smoking mirrors.
I just got a bit confused because I was trying to not remember Ryback's previous name, but anyway, let's move on. Up next, Taya Valkyrie versus Sky Blue. I see a lot of people on Twitter saying, it's disgusting that like men are like watching this match and like commenting about Sky Blue's ass on Twitter, and like, well, why is that a bad thing? Like, if you're a man, why is it a bad thing to find a female wrestler attractive? I just don't fucking
Welcome to 2023.
It's nothing to do with being misogynistic. It's nothing.
But they've got no problem though with finding Rhea Ripley. That's actually a gimmick.
Yeah, it's like, but you have to be a simp to find Rhea Ripley. You call her mammy and you bow down and you be simpish, and you find Rhea Ripley hot and you call her a mammy and you admit that she's superior and she could kick your ass, and that's fine. But if you actually find like someone who's like smaller and looks more feminine, and you find them hot, then you're this big bad misogynist who doesn't like respect women's wrestling or whatever. Like, women's wrestling and women's wrestlers have always drawn more when they were more attractive and they focused on sex appeal. That's a fucking fact, and that is why all the biggest draws. I mean, Charlotte Flair, right, can claim what she wants. She can claim she's the best ever. She's not. See if you look at see if you look at women that were over. I mean, Trish Stratus, Lita, Tori Wilson, Stacey Keibler, Sunny, Sable. I mean, they were China because she was like one of her kind. But I mean, Sunny and Sable were. Look at Sable was arguably the most over person in the Attitude Era, bar Austin. And if you listen to the reaction she was getting, that's a fact. That's not a fucking word they lie.
I know. People don't want to believe it. No, you're right. Charlotte Flair's just a...
See, 98, I mean, Sable was, bar Austin, she was getting the biggest fucking cheers. No doubt about it. And what I also don't get is, like a lot of women will complain and say, oh, why are you doing it? It is a fucking, I would say, 100% that women care more about looks in wrestling than men, right? It might be a bonus to us if there's a hot woman, right, in wrestling. But that's not the sole reason we watch wrestling. It's not the sole reason I watch it. I would much prefer if WWE Raw were going back and treating women's wrestling more like with TNA rather than ability. I would prefer that. but it's not the reason I watch wrestling. Whereas I can tell you that most women only watch wrestling because they find guys hot. There's a reason why loads of women find Jeff Hardy their favourite wrestler and not Snitsky. And it's not because Jeff Hardy throws himself off ladders. There's a fact. You look at all females' favourite wrestlers, and they're all attractive guys.
Yeah.
No woman has... Name me a male wrestler that is ugly looking that women like.
Do they like Kane?
No.
I can't really think of anybody then.
It's always it's Jeff Hardy.
John Cena.
Batista. I mean, that's fucking what it is. Big Dave or Big Hollywood Dave. So, I mean, I'm not buying that.
Dave.
It's a load of shite, man.
Angel Batista.
It's a load of shite. They can have their favourites because they find them hot. But God forbid, man, a man finds Sky Blue's ass hot and he's made it to be the fucking devil. He's the new MJF. You know what? If that makes me a devil, I'll just reveal myself right here. Boom. I like Sky Blue, but she lost this match, so unlucky for her.
Unlucky for her indeed.
Taya Valkyrie picking up the fucking man-looking chick. What is it with these big-boned...
Butch.
Yeah, I just don't like them.
Bigger than Butch on Raw SmackDown?
No, I think they should have their own women's division. I think there should be a category where if you're unsure if it's a woman, stick them in it. So Nyla Rose is definitely going in it.
Aye.
But the likes of Rhea Ripley and...
Well, I'm pretty sure she's a man.
Well, okay, she's definitely not going in it. But I think there should definitely be two categories, man. Or just get rid of them all and bring back the hot women. That's what I would do. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. Christian, main event time. Christian and Ricky Starks versus CM Punk and Darby Allin. It was an okay match. Ricky Starks, in the end, hits his finisher on Darby Allin. He goes for another one. Darby Allin counters with a jackknife cover, but Ricky Starks rolls through and holds the ropes again and gets a 1, 2, 3 on Darby Allin. CM Punk's too late. He tries to stop Ricky Starks from leaving, but Starks got out the ring, made his exit. Christian was wearing like a black vest as well, which I just didn't really dig.
Turtleneck.
I don't know if it's a case of I'm out of shape, so I need to wear this.
I think it's more of I'm a smug bastard. I'm going to try and pull this off. Turtleneck
But
vest.
even if you look at Christian, even in his prime, he always like wore. Remember, he always wore like that.
The
like,
vest?
Aye, the
See-through-
sleeveless
the
kind of
fishnet
fit.
vest.
Aye, fishnet.
That's
I don't know what you called it, but yeah, no, I mean,
Aye, fishnet.
but he's always been a slimmer guy, hasn't he?
He's never
got
had a build.
He's got no build, maybe. But then again, I doubt they would care about that in fucking AEW. I could definitely understand McMahon saying, "Look, cover yourself up unless
Cover
you're
yourself, Christian.
either that or get to the gym 10 hours a day."
Come on, Christian. What are you doing, buddy?
Christian's got a body like a vegan, but I like him. Anyway, him and Ricky Starks won this match. Punk now has lost twice in back-to-back weeks. CM Punk is a fucking jobber. He must be getting flashbacks. He must think it's UFC all over again. It's Mickey Gall. It's... Who's that other guy he lost to? Black Power guy.
Rampage
no cunt. Rampage Jackson's a heavy, you fucking tool.
So's Punk.
No, he's not.
Is he not?
Oh my god.
I don't fucking know.
Alright guys, this review's going so... This guy thought that CM Punk was competing at heavyweight in MMA.
What was he competing at? Welterweight?
Well, if Punk was competing at heavyweight, he wouldn't be in AEW right now, he'd be in a fucking morgue. Anyway, that's it. We're going to...
No, actually, let's talk about CM Punk. Why did he have such a problem with like the Summer of Punk booking? Going up against Nash, but here he's fucking losing against jobbers and he's fine with it.
He didn't lose against Nash. Didn't he have a match with Nash?
He lost his title because Nash came out and fucking jackknifed him, is what I'm getting at.
What's wrong with that? He's not the only...
You had a problem with? I had nothing wrong with it. He did.
You know what? He probably thought that since it was the Summer of Punk, he should be the champion, and I totally get that. But I mean, in wrestling, it's always kind of worked better when the face is chasing the belt.
Oh, I agree, but CM Punk's a whiny bitch.
I mean, you see anything about it, like, the face never really has the belt for that long.
No.
It's always he, apart from John Cena, like, he never fucking lost the
I'll
belt.
hit you with the 3-second time.
Yeah, I guess John Cena's different. But even when John Cena had it, I mean, people were hating him.
Yeah, it was more like a...
Yeah, that could be the reason, maybe that's the main reason why people were so against John. It's the fact that he was constantly taking the belts off people and never losing it.
Could be.
Maybe if John Cena was having like 3-month title reigns, the hate for him wouldn't have been that bad.
Potentially, but Big John...
Anyway,
not in coalition, and I have to rate it.
It wasn't. I'm going to get a 4 out of 10. It was alright. I thought it wasn't bad.
I'll give it a 3. I agree. I think the opener and the tag team match was pretty good.
Wrestle Headlines is giving it an 8. I'm not going to quite go that high.
Better than last week's.
But
last week's had a 57-minute match.
Cool. I'll get a 4 out of 10. You get a 3. That's a 3.5. Yeah, tell you what. And when an AEW show gets a 3.5, it's done pretty well.
It's no bad.
But I like Coalition. I don't know. It just seems better to me than Dynamite. I like the stage. I like the ring ropes. I like the ring setup. I just like the look. I like the colour scheme. I like the fact that you do get CM Punk on it. It just feels more important. You've got Christian and Luchasaurus on it, holding the TNT belt, sharing the belt. Yeah, for me, Collision is a much better show. Dynamite's just stale, and
Yeah.
if I want to see the Bucks and Kenny Omega,
red. You got a new commentary team. It's just better. That's what it is.
yeah. So
Can't dispute it. And I like it, Mile.
it's like Coalition's like SmackDown after the brand split, and Dynamite's like Raw, but a really shit version of Raw.
That's pretty much it.
And Coalition's a really shit version of SmackDown.
3.5 out of 10.
3.5 out of 10. Till next time, peace.